Hey guys, Chris here. I want to talk today about enmeshment, controlling the frame in a conversation when talking to a parent, understanding the dynamic that's going on between the both of you, but for you to take full responsibility and to avoid giving the energy away. So if you imagine right now, if you were to be firm in your own decisions, how you want to live your life, and used to pick up the phone and used to talk to your parents, or you feel there's an enmeshment link there, and if they would say to everything that you said, "That's amazing," I trust you, I'm happy for you, but instead there might be some sort of thing where you're looking for their validation, they're looking to assert a sense of control, maybe how that your life plans out in according to their roadmap, even though it might not appear that way. It might be like, we want you to be happy, but then it's subtly saying, but don't you think you should do this? And that's where the confusion happens, because you think it sounds like they want you to live their own life, but then there's certain things that are coming across. And even if they somewhat change, it could be your roadmap deeper down where you feel like you need to change. So going into the conversation, um, the best advice, if you feel like you're trying to come out of this and you're trying to become more firm, normally you'll notice a bit of where you're giving your energy away, perhaps a lot of vulnerability, which when you're being vulnerable to someone you're being enmeshed with and you're looking to detangle from it, it's good to be more certain. So, or to show, to show less vulnerability, because that gives you material which can be, or you're giving people stuff which can be used against you. So you have to somewhat look at this as a narcissistic relationship as well. And if you imagine a narcissist, if you're very vulnerable and you're honest and you're open and you're telling people how you feel and your problems, this sort of information is getting used to, is being extracted to use against you. So if you look to just not give much away, like how are things, and you just keep it very simple, if you want to not end that conversation feeling very icky and very like, oh, I can't believe I feel like I'm, letting my parents down, or I'm letting people down, or I'm letting, I'm feeling guilty about this, guilty about that. But if you don't give anything away, and you stay confident and in control, then after the phone call, you can sit with those feelings. But the relationship at some point does need to change, because you can't keep living like this. The examples of this is how it's manifesting in the rest of your life. So it's manifesting with other relationships which are not fulfilling. Certain people are in your life, maybe you attract narcissistic people and you're like, why am I attracting these people? What's going on? But the parent at the root, that relationship is what's allowing this all to manifest. So if you stay in control, look to give very little away, and focus on them. Depends how the enmeshed relationship is. It might be that you're trying to save them, but also they're trying to save you. It's normally sometimes a two-way thing. Or you feel like you're trying to save them by allowing them to save you or making them proud of you. This is how the whole entanglement is. Or you could just be there for them all the time and constantly helping them every second. And it's to just change that and look to take full control of your life. And if you look to give nothing away, it's only them who are then reacting. This is how you would deal with a narcissistic person, is you would be very, if you're an empath, is to give very little away, because as you give so much away, you're then more open to manipulation and having emotions used against you, because it's not a normal relationship. You can't have a normal relationship as an empath with a narcissistic person, because there's no emotional connection there. You think you can give emotion, you're getting it back, but it's not. Your body is normally telling you this is not going there. So you have to see that relationship like that, and to just stay in control. And every time you have a phone call, just look to write things down. Think, oh, what did I do here? And you want to have that relationship deep down. Maybe at some point it can somewhat change, but for now at least, if you're working through this, you have to go on a bit of a break for a bit and sort of give very little away, make your life seem boring, you know? The more you sound exciting and things are going on, this is like fuel for the narcissist, because the narcissistic person in general, because they want to get all of this energy from you, and you're sharing with them because you're so excited for them to know, but they're using that energy, you know, they're like sucking that life force energy out of you. And you have to see that as the enmeshed dynamic. And it goes two ways as well, because you can be very like wanting their approval, wanting their energy, you know, so it's like a two-way thing, you know, it's to disconnect. And, you know, if you're enmeshed with a parent, to be like, no, I'm going to live my own life. I'm going to get my energy elsewhere from other relationships. I'm going to meet someone, you know, I'm going to look to meet a partner, and not just constantly trying to get this energy from my parent, because the childhood is over, you know, and it's about being an adult. So hopefully that helps with a video. I want to talk about that, because this is sort of thing, it's a mindset change, but also it's an ongoing thing, you know, and you're always going to slip up, you're always going to make mistakes, of course, but as long as you're becoming self-aware, you're writing things down, you're learning, you know, and learn with the feelings, you know. Normally when a phone call is like, oh, you know, did that make me feel a bit guilty? If you keep things very simple and you don't give too much away, you might end the phone call and thinking, I feel quite sad. I feel quite sad that I can't have this deep, meaningful relationship with my parents, and, you know, and accepting that that's how it is, and you grieve the loss. And, you know, that's what we normally do, is we try and find that elsewhere. You can't keep trying to get that with your primary caregiver. It's about moving on. And then if it does start to change and you start to get more of that recognition, then you know, it will only change when you change. And sometimes with a lot of us, we're going through so much work, we're doing all of the therapy, all the work, all the conscious growth, and then perhaps the parent aren't doing that, you know, and they're not really doing much to change. But if you're like sort of awakening on this spiritual journey, and you're going through all of this, then that's why you're different. So I want to share that with you all today, and I hope you enjoy it, and speak to you soon.